character. Now, bro, in Season 5, he fell off. He feels so bad to play. Like, I started playing Mag, and now that I play Mag, I'm like, why would I ever play Strange? Character's damn butt, bro! His butt does no damage. His ult gets countered by everything. Every character has an option to counter its darn ult, bro. The Sorcerer Supreme will see a reduction in his offensive capabilities, limiting his battlefield control. Decrease daggers of Denak damage per projectile from 18 to 16. Reduce the Maelstrom, please, because that's how you pronounce it. Maelstrom of Madness conversion ratio of dark magic to damage from 1.3 to 1.2. This is the nerf that killed Doctor Strange in Season 2, and seasons later, in Season 5, 3 seasons later, in fact, he's still, 3 seasons, actually twice that number if you count the half seasons, right? So, in all that time, he still hasn't recovered from this trash, horrible, terrible, awful nerf. They're doing everything, you know, decreasing the cooldown for his flight, increasing his ammo, reducing the cooldown on his Maelstrom of Madness, but nothing has yet compensated this horrible nerf. Terrible nerf. Doctor Strange will always be trash dog water until they revert this nerf. I don't care. I'm mad today. Today's a rant video, guys. I'm not even going to be commenting over this gameplay. You guys can, yeah, I just died to Scarlet Witch, bro. There we go. But yeah, bro, like, I just can't stand it, bro. I can't stand it. Buff my boy Doctor Strange. Buff my boy. Now, I say that, but let me actually tell you guys the truth. I wasn't even there to play Prime Doctor Strange. My bad for the voice chat was on, whatever, in game. But I wasn't even there to play Prime Doctor Strange because I actually started in Season 2. I was so new to this game, I knew nothing, right? Well, like, when I realized my boy Strange used to be much more OP, and like, this is weird because current Strange is, in my opinion, he's actually like kinda better than old Strange because of the extra uptime. Not really better, but he's definitely kind of good because of the extra uptime. You're not having to sit AFK for 3 seconds to wait for your Maelstrom of Madness to come back because you're scared you're gonna get antied. Is definitely way better than is definitely way better. The thing is that just the damage. You guys need to understand that when you compare the damage that Doctor Strange does to say Magneto, because this is what Doctor Strange is. He's a lesser Magneto always, bro. Like I'm sorry, bro. He's a lesser Magneto. As much as he's my boy. The moment I started playing Mag, bro, I realized just how trash Strange is. Alright? Now let me explain to you, the design philosophy behind Strange's primary attack is that it's supposed to be this shotgun-esque projectile that's very short range but does high damage. And the thing is that it used to do high damage, right? It used to do 18 per projectile, right? In that nerf. It used to be 18. And he actually shoots 5 like small daggers, so it's actually 18 times 5 is 90, and 16 times 5 is 80. So it used to be 90, now it's 80. The thing is that, guys, Magneto's primary attack, do you guys know how much damage it does? It actually does 80 damage on direct hit. Which means that right now, when you play Doctor Strange, your primary attack does the exact same amount of damage as Magneto's, except yours is much harder to hit, yours is slow, yours is jank, Magneto's is faster. Right? It just made no sense. And just a few seasons ago, you had 8 ammo, whereas Magneto had 10. So Magneto did the exact same damage, but he had more ammo. When you're supposed to be this melee, not melee, but like short-range shotgun character, right? It makes no sense that he does less damage than Magneto, who's like a mid... He's like short-range too, but he's like mid to short-range, mid-range, right? It makes no sense, and then the Maelstrom of Madness is just absolutely horrible. Now you might be asking, why is the Maelstrom of Madness horrible? Why do you say that? It's a really good ability. When I shoot melee and explode and I can... the burst damage it does is really good. But let me explain...
On AFK people,
we were yapping back then. Hold on, let me just wait for us to shut up. Okay.
I also died as well, which ones?
Alright, there we go. So, as I was saying, the Maelstrom of Madness, why do I think it's garbage? Well, listen, just a few seasons ago, it was 8 seconds of cooldown, right? Now, the 8 seconds was justified by the fact that it used to do way more damage. And 130, now it's like 120, it used to be 130, but that's actually a ton compared to, like, if you compare breakpoints and whatever, that's like nerd crap. But, but seriously, like, you guys need to understand that 8 seconds for the burst damage, you know, because, like, let me explain you guys. Every frontline tank, Strange, Mag, Groot, Emma,
The perma 1.
They all have some sort of like damaging ability that's on a relatively low cooldown to give them an edge on the front line, right? Groot has, well, he has his walls, right? But he also has a Spore Bomb on a 6-second cooldown. Emma has her Crystal that she takes out of you, does a billion damage on a 6-second cooldown. Mag has his Mag Cannon on a 9-second cooldown, although it's much lower if you use the bubbles to refresh it, right? Because damage taken by his bubbles are actually converted into, like, charge for his right click, if you didn't know that, right? And his right click is damn broken because it does 90 damage and it gives you a free primary attack shot. So in reality, you do 90 damage plus the 80 damage from the primary, because after the right click, you're always left clicking them because it's a free left click. It sets you up for a free left click. So 90 plus 80 is 170 damage. I just did the maths. So you get 170 damage for landing a mag right click. Isn't that broken? So yeah. And you know what Strange has? Emma has percent damage. The crystal she shoots out of your body, and she shoots it, and she beams it, lasers it. It does 5 damage a second, and when it explodes, it does 25% of your max health. That is broken, and she can pierce it, so she can shoot both you and the crystal. Do you know the amount of damage? The amount of damage that does. A lot of noobs, guys, think that Emma is busted because of the diamond form. Bro, the diamond form is a bonus, bro. No good Emma player ever used the diamond form. They think it's a hassle, bro. I don't use it. I abuse the broken laser that does infinite damage. That's what makes Emma broken. It's the laser, bro, and the crystal. It's not the diamond form. The diamond form is a little extra, bro. But like most actual good Emma players, they pop it just once in a blue moon or just to run away if they're low. Just to dash away. That's it, bro. It's damn useless. No one cares about the. I mean, it's nice to have like the grab and stuff, but it's not seriously what makes her OP at a high level. All right. It's the darn laser. The diamond form is just, yeah, this character's SS+, right? But yeah. So Strange is this pitiful Maelstrom of Madness that does 120 tickle damage, right? And it used to be 8 seconds. For ages it was 8 seconds. Now it's 6 seconds, as it should be. Because Emma's dumb crystal is 6 seconds. Mag's broken mag cannon that he shoots every 3 seconds is also broken. All these other characters, they all have so much more consistent damage, more uptime on their damage, and Strange had an 8-second Maelstrom of Tickle. Maelstrom of Tickles, bro. Tickle of Madness. Tickles of Madness, bro. 120 damage for what? With the amount of sustain in this game, it's just, no, you're doing no damage. It's darn frustrating. So then they finally buffed him up, right? In Season 4, like, in my opinion, Season 4 was the best he was in a while. Like, the amount of Strange matches, you can just go back to my channel and watch the amount of, like, matches I got on Strange. Dude, I was locked in on that character. Now, bro, in Season 5, he fell off. He feels so bad to play. Like, I started playing Mag, and now that I play Mag, I'm like, why would I ever play Strange? Character's damn butt, bro. His butt does no damage. His ult gets countered by everything. Every character has an option to counter its darn ult, bro. But it still comes in clutch once in a while, but like, bro, it's just hard playing that character, bro. It's hard. It's difficult.
Bro. Whoa! Destroyed. Holy. Imagine dying to that. You guys suck. Kidding.
Alright. As I was saying, Doctor Strange feels terrible, bro. Feels darn awful. Listen, what they need to do, and I'm gonna say this seriously, what they need to do is admit that they made a trash nerf in Season 2, because, listen, the real nerf that Doctor Strange had in Season 2 was that they released Emma. So they hard gutted Strange in the same season where they released like the biggest counter for him, which was Emma. What is the logic behind that? And it's obvious that they thought that it wasn't gonna really be a nerf because he was gonna get the anchor bonus and be 700 HP. So they made Strange, the guy who was like supposed to be this high damage kind of glass cannon-y tank, into a darn big HP pool useless tickle monster. What is that, bruv? The same season they released Emma, which is just the next frontline tank that's actually a glass cannon, extremely high damage, extremely high pressured character. Why would you nerf Strange when you're in that same season you're gonna release Emma, who's just another Strange, who's extremely high damage, extremely oppressive in the frontline? What is the logic? And the worst of it is that they didn't even have to nerf Strange. If they wouldn't have touched him at all, he would still have been trash because of Emma. Emma would have darn countered him anyway. Strange would have become like A tier or B tier in Season 2, even if they hadn't nerfed him, because Emma counters him so hard. So what is the logic? And now they realize that and they're trying to like fix the character. Listen! You'll fix this character by increasing his damage back to exactly what it was and the Maelstrom of Madness back to exactly what it was. Even if he has lower cooldown and that would make him way better than Season 0 Strange. Yeah, he'll be way better than Season 0 Strange. I don't care. Because listen up. If Season 0 Strange was in Season 5 right now, he would be D tier. He would be trash horrendous. People would understand that he's darn trash, that you can't have any uptime on the front line because your Maelstrom of Madness is on an 8-second cooldown, that people outrange you, that Angela diddies you. It's terrible, bro. It's awful. So they nerfed the character that was already nerfed simply by the addition of new characters. Isn't that dumb, bro? Angela counters him. My bad. Angela counters him. Emma counters him. Mag's better than him. Gambit counters him because of his ult, right? Although, like, Gambit, it's not that bad because if you hit the Gambit himself, he can't cleanse your ult. Unlike Groot, where, like, if Groot hits the Gambit, Gambit can still cleanse his ult, which is cancer. It's awful, bro. I want them to remove those nerfs. I'm tired of them just nerfing, bro. Like, you guys know how painful it is to frontline tank in this darn game? Except if you're playing, like, Mag. Emma's always banned, you never see her. Actually, playing frontline tank is kind of good except for Strange. Like, Strange is the only one. Groot is darn unstoppable. Mag is a double bubble. But even Mag, like, it's hard, bro. With these darn Angelas and the Bucky. And, like, when are they nerfing Bucky, bro? When are they nerfing Bucky? And, like, I'm just tired, guys. I just want them to buff what's trash, what's always been trash. And they just don't, bro. They just don't. Like, and Season 5, like, buffing every tank, it's nice. But I don't like them buffing them in team utility. People don't play tanks because they want to be useful to the team. If you want to make Vanguard an interesting role, because listen guys, nobody plays tank in Season 5. Everybody plays support. No, people love playing support in Season 5 actually. You have Gambit Invis every match. People love playing DPS as darn always, bro. Nobody wants to play tank. Because it's boring, you get bullied all game. You feel darn useless. Your characters are nerfed, you're slow. It's terrible, bro. It's terrible. They have to restore the lethality on these frontline tanks, bro. Especially Doctor Strange. He feels awful to play, bro. He feels awful. And tank players, they don't want their tanks to be better in team utility. They want tanks to be better individually, so they can actually be fun to play. By taking out the lethality out of frontline tanks, you just turn them into these big shield bots where you take all the pressure, but you feel like you're never able to actually put any pressure on the enemy team, which is dumb. You're just you're just taking a bunch of damage, so the enemy like, it's dumb. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Have a nice day. Comment, like, subscribe, whatever. I'm done, bro. This game sucks. Thank you.